Friday morning, weekly weigh-in time. I'm double cheating today, so I'm calling myself out at the start. I already know what my weight is because I checked because I've been so anxious. I mentioned, I had an interim goal by April 1st to get my weight under 280 pounds, so I know what my weight is. And I ran this morning. It was not by design. I actually have been running Wednesday, Thursday, and then trying to sleep in Friday, but I was very, very fatigued on Thursday morning. I've just been working a lot of hours. I've been pretty much working 6 days a week. And honestly, the fatigue just got to me. So I didn't run Thursday, but I wanted to stay on my goal for the week. So I did run this morning before my weigh-in. I only ran 2 miles. I was planning to run 3 yesterday, and I'm actually finishing a 24-hour fast. I have not eaten since 11:30 yesterday. I had a 12 o'clock meeting, so I ate at 11:30. But let's see if I achieve my goal for the month. Let's go into my Garmin app. So there's my run from this morning. Running like a snail, but I am consistent. Health stats, weight. So ta-da! Mission accomplished, 279. I last weighed myself on Monday with my weekly weigh-in, and I was 281 on the dot. So, mission accomplished. I'm down 15 pounds in that month, but like I said, that's a little overinflated because, it's a couple of weeks I really was eating out all the time, and so I think my weight, that wasn't real weight. Some of that wasn't real weight gain, but needless to say, I think the optics of coming in the 270s is important to me. BMI down 31.3, body fat still 33.6. So, all in all, versus my last weigh-in Monday, body fat remains the same. BMI is down 0.2 of a point. But yeah, that's where I'm landing for the week. So that's great work. Really proud of the progress. Seeing myself hit 295 and approaching 300, really, really a wake-up call for me. I hit the brakes on the weight gain immediately. Big life adjustment. I'm not beating myself up. I'm dealing with a massive, massive life adjustment, major stress, taking on a senior role at a new company, meeting people, just trying to learn everything. I'm coming in February and I'm starting a budget in March, or I don't know anything. The ink on my ID hasn't dried yet, so I'm not beating myself up too much. But that's why I also said on my Conquer the Weekend weigh-in that I'm going to take a measured approach in terms of April, and my goal is to come in under 275. That's a very modest goal, but I know, it's going to be very difficult in the sense that I'm going to be working a ton. I hope to way overshoot that, but one thing I did do this month that I don't plan to continue next month is my alternate day fasting protocol. So I've been having one meal basically Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm going to just do Monday, Thursday. I'm gonna increase the volume of my workouts. I'm gonna look to run 4 days a week, and I'm gonna look to lift 4 to 5 days a week. I'm really honestly I want to push for 5. I want to do Tuesday, Wednesday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've been doing 3 to 4 runs a week, and I've been lifting 2 to 3 days a week. My lifting is really falling off, but I can make the time for that. My runs are very short and they're not super taxing. I'm doing 2 to 3 miles. I'm going to do 4 miles outdoors on Sunday. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be 80 degrees here in Maryland. So I'm going to take myself outside and just soak up some of the sunshine. But so, that may counterbalance. I'm really going to focus on eating clean though. That's the big thing. I can't be in a position where the only way I can lose weight is if I fast. Like I have to be able to eat clean. I'm really going to target having no cheat meals this weekend. If something comes up, if we end up going out, but my wife and I are going out to lunch right now. It's 11:15 on Friday morning, and she wanted to go someplace. I'm like, let's just go to the restaurant by Copper Canyon. I'm going to get a 10-ounce prime rib and spinach, and I'm going to take my poppy soda. That's one thing I've started drinking recently. One thing I want to call myself out on is during my fast, I have been drinking poppy sodas. Like I've already had one this morning when technically I'm supposed to be fasting. They have 5 grams or less of sugar, so it's very low sugar, but it is sugar. I stopped drinking diet soda. I think the last Diet Coke I had was February of 2024. And the last Coca-Cola, I stopped drinking Coca-Cola in June last year when I went to my daughter's nationals. The last time I had a Coca-Cola or any kind of cola really was then. I think I had a couple. I know I had a couple of cans over the holidays, and I've lost the taste for it, which is crazy. It tastes disgusting to me, and I was addicted to it, which is why I stopped drinking it. I used to drink diet sodas while I was fasting because supposedly there's very mixed research on it. Some say it does not impact your insulin levels. Some say it does. I don't know. It's just, it was difficult for me to fast and drink nothing but water. I felt like I needed some sort of taste. So I've been doing that to help myself with these 3 fasts, drinking the poppy. I know for a fact it has sugar in it, and sugar is going to impact your insulin level. And the point of my fasting is to keep my insulin levels down, and to keep the carbohydrate intake down so my body is burning fat, and then my body is still efficient and comfortable in terms of burning fat. That's the biggest reason. I don't want to just lose weight. I want to lose body fat. So, but I'm going to reduce that to 2 days a week because it's been a struggle. It's been difficult, and it's been impacting my ability to work out. I don't want to just lose weight. I want to continue to put on muscle. I'm going to turn 49 in a couple of months, and I'm very much focused on making sure I have functional strength and I have a body that's built for another 50 years. So I'm going to make that change in April, so that will slow down. I can lose 2 to 4 pounds a week with the 3 fasts, particularly if I'm razor sharp in terms of my eating. With 2 fasts, it's still, it's nothing to shake a stick at, but it does impact. And I won't be doing my cock of the weekend because I've been fasting Sunday, and then I weigh myself Monday. I always weigh myself in a fasted state just for consistency. My weight does fluctuate because when I'm in a fed state versus a fasted state. But that's one change I plan to make. But all in all, a good month. Like I said, my next target for April is to come in 274.9. I hope to overshoot, but again, this is going to be a very, very busy and difficult month, and I don't want to just stay flat. I want to make some modest progress. So, like I said, my base goal for my birthday is 260 or 259.9. I want to be in the 250s, and my stretch goal is 249.9. So good work. Way to finish out the month of March, and we head into April with some positive momentum for Reed Fitness on a Friday. Signing.